Hey guys, welcome back to the Agoge show. I'm here with my co-host and business partners, Byron Evanstone and Josh Hansberger.
Yep.
And today we're going to talk about the going from a couch potato to a fitness god, an Adonis.
I love it.
Yeah, like a Greek statue.
David himself.
And the reality is, we have lots of these stories in the Agoge, which is really rad. These men that just come in as, I don't even say couch potatoes. They're like piles of lard, soft and sad, gelatinous with titties, and they walk out, man, like just peeled.
And before, like, the little sensitive beings on the internet get all worried about what you just said, like, they themselves will say the same thing. So, like, you're shit talking how they showed up.
It's not me poking fun at them.
This is them saying this to us.
Yeah,
we're just repeating what was said.
Yes.
And we took it from that.
It's funny. I don't even think about it like that anymore.
Because I'm on the receiving end of all this shit. Yeah. The internet is stupid. Like most of these fucking idiots. So before you get on your high horse and get your feelings hurt because you think we're actively talking about you, no, we're not. We're talking about guys who have actually been there, done that, got the T-shirt, and like evolved.
Literally got the T-shirt.
But if you are getting offended, maybe you should do something about it. That's the reality.
The reason if you're offended, it's because
trigger warning in your own head of your own insecurities.
So there's that.
But the reality is, I think people get they feel like they're too far gone, so they see this image of this guy that's lean or ripped or whatever, and I've gotten this before that, I've had friends of mine that I respect, mentors of mine that say your lifestyle, what you do, your physicality at your age seems unrealistic and unattainable.
Which maybe it is. But hey, try first.
Definitely not. I'm definitely not special.
No, I know this, and you know this, but I'm saying, like, hey man, until you actually try, you don't know what what you're capable of.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was capable of until I decided one day to try. And you didn't know what you were capable of until you decided to try. And neither did any of these guys.
Yeah.
Everyone decided at some point, hey man, where I'm at is not good enough. Let's just try. Let's actually try. And most people haven't tried anything since they left school, which is satisfying.
Yeah, right. So to help you try, what we've done is we have developed a 6-week challenge. Mm-hmm. And man, I tell you what, we started a 30-day challenge. When was that?
2019.
19?
Yeah.
2019. And we were running them for a long time, and then we stopped because we got heavily focused on our like one-on-one coaching clients, and then we recently brought it back. We're about to run our second.
Yep.
About to run our second, and then we turned it into a 6-week challenge just because we felt like 30 days is good. It's a good habit-breaking thing, but I think 6-week challenge is like the sweet spot.
Kind of just like it just gets you past that initial thing.
Yeah.
If you can do something for 6 weeks, now you
you got 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
And what's beautiful about this is because of working with so many clients that were, say, 300 plus pounds, and basically completely hitting the reset button, and getting them to lose 20 pounds in 30 days or more. We've had some radical transformations.
Yeah.
In the challenge program, the Agoge Challenge program. But what it really is, I feel like, is an onboarding or an on-ramp to a better version of you. Because like you said, it's like what you don't know. Like I don't have the information. So I feel like this 6 weeks has really turned into a 6-week educational course on training and nutrition, lifestyle changes for your particular age.
100%. We do all the thinking for you.
Yeah.
There's nothing you coming into and you're not going to know.
Yeah.
Because we're going to take care of all of it. We're going to give you your training program. We're going to talk you through your nutrition. We're going to coach you once a week on a Friday.
Yeah.
Like, there is nothing you're coming into where you're like, I don't know what I'm doing here.
But we're going to explain it to you.
We're going to give you everything. We're literally going to, we'll spoon feed you.
Here's the playbook.
This is what you can do.
All you have to do is perform.
Yeah.
If you hit a point to where you have a question, ask.
Yeah.
We sit on there every week.
And that's where the Friday calls really come into play. They're very much, I don't even call them mentorship calls. They're really almost like classes.
Mm-hmm.
but they're classes to the individual person that's like seeing something that's not attainable.
Right.
And it's like, well, let me explain to you how this is attainable over a period of time and like how you can do this and what macronutrient. And the biggest time people are having problems with is as they age, your diet has to change. And I think that's what, like, I know that for me, when I left the teams, I was still eating like I was when I was in my 20s. So now I'm in my 30s. I don't have the same output that I once had. Right, I don't even have the same level of stress that I once had, and so now I am, I'm eating like I was then, and I'm getting a different result. I'm like, well, I've been doing this for 10 years or 12 years. What's happening here? And I had to completely relearn, what it's like to eat in my 30s and how to train for all the injuries, and then also not to mention, I also have to. Then I get 40s, and it changes again. So that education piece of constantly evolving is what we're offering. Like, what do you need to do for your lifestyle, for your fitness, for your objectives?
Yeah, where you're at, because knowingly that
not me,
with the amount of people that we have in there, everyone's on a different phase or a different level of their life. There's some people coming in at 350 pounds. Mm-hmm. Right, there's some people coming in at 250 pounds.
So the one size-fits-all approach doesn't work.
No,
and there's some guys that are 180 pounds and skinnier than a beanpole,
and need to gain
and they
weight.
want to put weight on, and they want to put on muscle. Like it doesn't matter who you are. We're going to coach you through the process because the fundamentals are always going to be the same.
Yeah,
how you execute those fundamentals will change, but for the most part, the fundamentals remain. Your nutrition's got to be a certain way.
Yeah.
Your training's got to be a certain way. The rest, recovery, recuperation.
And I think it's where people get frustrated is because they have an idea of what to do, but they're not getting the results.
Correct.
So they think there's like some magic fucking pill out there somewhere that they can get.
Or worse, they're like, oh, this is not for me. Fitness, the fitness thing is just not.
It's not for my body. It doesn't respond.
It's not my genes.
I'm stuck.
Bro, relax.
I always ask people though. I'm like, so you see the stories, right? There's a story all the time on Facebook, Instagram, like some other social platform. There's the story of the person who's 400 pounds, and you watch their journey, and they go through it, and then they're a better shape or conditioned version of what they were. And then you get someone new coming in, and they're like, well, I just don't think I can do that. I'm like, you don't think you could do this. But that person who is, damn near 400 pounds, who couldn't sit up out of bed, they're able to do that? Like, what makes you so different?
Yeah.
Like, how come you have that many more roadblocks than that person?
I think that's the reason why is, right, because they see that, they try something, it doesn't happen for them. And then at that point, now they're like, well, this, like you said, this isn't for me.
Did you get rich overnight?
Yeah. And
did you have a good relationship?
Did you become
overnight?
400 pounds overnight? Or did that take time too?
Yeah.
Like
it took time to get in this situation. It's going to take time to get out.
A lot of shitty habits over a long duration of time got you in a shitty spot. Well, guess what? It's going to take a lot of good habits over a duration of time to rectify it.
And it goes back to that education piece. It's 6 weeks of education for you. But I just want, like, if you're listening to this and you're, listen, like, you're frustrated, you're pissed off because you think you're doing everything right, but you're not getting the results. Listen, I understand. I've been there. We've all been there, like banging our head against the wall going, what the fuck is the problem here? I want you to imagine in 6 weeks, you being 20 pounds lighter. It's a short amount of time.
Mm-hmm. Moving better, feeling better, thinking better, sleeping better.
Having a better relationship with your wife, having more energy in literally 6 weeks. Like, is that worth a little effort? And if it is, and if it's worth $99, because that's all it was freaking ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
For 6 weeks, wouldn't you take that opportunity?
Better question is, why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you?
If you don't, like, do you not think you're worth it?
Yeah.
Like, that's a bigger problem.
That's a bigger.
Are you now we have a whole different conversation.
Yeah, right.
We can have that conversation, but that's a whole nother. Yeah. We'll be here for a day and a half.
Yeah.
But like, man.
Well, I'll tell you right now. I'll skip to the case. You are worth it.
I agree.
Your kids think you're worth it. Your wife thinks you're worth it. Your brothers and sisters think you're worth it. Your parents think you're worth it. You are definitely worth it. You just got to get out of your own way.
Yeah, you've just made some poor choices, and
Yeah.
you've done it for a long time to where your confidence is down there somewhere. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt.
Got it. Yep.
Made a lot of bad choices, didn't like the results, and then borderline stop thinking you're a victim. And it's
Yeah.
like, nah, dude, you did this to you.
Well,
Now let's undo this for you.
so check out there's a link below. Check out the next challenge. So we're going from couch potato to fitness Adonis.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a link below. Let's get in the challenge. You'll be hanging out with us on Fridays. It's like it's what's crazy is like there's not some magical being that you'll never see. Like this is who you'd be working with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you'll be on the calls on Friday and
Yeah.
and you'll
We'll
get
be
to
answering your questions live.
answer your question live.
You
Yeah.
join our
So-
Zoom and we'll have those questions answered.
So
You join our Facebook community and
Yep.
we're in there.
we're in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're-
drop
we're
your comments
commenting,
below.
we're
And
videoing.
if you have questions about the challenge, drop the comments below. Coach Joe's going to be in there answering everybody. And like 6 weeks, a different version of you. It's freaking worth it, man. Like it's worth it to your family. So click the link below. Drop us comments, drop your questions. Hit us up if you need us.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Peace.